All right, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, man. All right, man. So hold on, I gotta turn this fan down a little bit. Hey, it's good to be back, man. I've been on a 4-month hiatus, so sorry for my absence. With school and everything, but I just want to get these NFL previews coming out because I've had some video requests that I know some of you guys have asked for about me on to talk about other teams. That's not just my Green Bay Packers, which I'm very comfortable with talking about. I think I know what's going on with half of the league that's going on. So with this upcoming season, I'm just gonna go through all 4 teams in each division. So all right. So I guess I should start with the whatever division the Chiefs and the Chargers are in. I think it's the AFC West, I think it is, which is the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders. Is it obvious? Let's start with the Chiefs, man. Back-to-back champions. What else is there to say, man? I think the Chiefs are just on a mission to go for the trifecta, right? I think they upgraded a lot compared to what they were going with last season, and I think even the year before that, right? I think they got some very great wide receivers in Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice. Even though with what's going on, I don't know what's going on with this situation at the point. Last thing I heard, I think he's gonna be suspended for about at least 2 weeks. Last time I heard, but other than that, they got those guys. They got a speedy wide receiver in Xavier Worthy. I think what they're just trying to go for is that they just want speedy receivers. They don't need. I think the Chiefs are at that point where they don't need a big-time name like Justin Jefferson or, a guy that is reliable like Mike Evans who, really is, at least to me, I still think Mike Evans is at the top of his game. He may not be a top 10 wide receiver that he once was, but he can still be reliable to get himself that 1,000-yard season that he always is, and the guy that can that can always be reliable. But I think they're just getting guys that are speed wide receivers that can catch the ball. Something like Tyreek Hill, I guess now that they lost their star wide receiver in Tyreek Hill, they got these guys. I think that can attribute a lot with the offense, especially with Travis Kelce being a lot older. I know that he didn't have the best season last year, and I think that's going to continue. And I think that shouldn't affect him a lot as long as they're winning games and winning the 3rd Super Bowl that has never been done before. I think he's okay with that. But other than that, yeah, the Chiefs are just on a mission, man. I think what they're doing is just they're just putting everything on the line and just hope and see that they can do what has never been done in the NFL. So now we're going on to the Chargers. So look, shout out to Blazing Bolt that requested a Chargers video. And there was another few people that asked me to do some football videos. So yeah, I want to give him a shout out for, just asking me to request a video from me, I guess. So what can I say about the Chargers? Look, they lost. I will say this. They lost a whole lot of guys they lost all their guys pretty much, right? They lost Keenan Allen, touchdown merchant. Believe his name is Austin Eckler. His name slipped out off my mind for some reason. They lost Mike Williams. They lost a whole bunch of guys, right? I think what they're doing right now is the future is bright, man. That's all I can say. They look like they're going on the younger side. where I think it matched the timeline for Justin Herbert. I think getting Joe Alt was a good move. To be honest, I don't watch college football, but from what my buddies tell me and that watch more college football than me, they seem to think that Joe Alt is the best guy for the Chargers, man, and I think that's a good move. He seems to be a good, reliable guy that can protect Justin Herbert in the pocket. And they still got that other guy that I think Blazing Bolt mentioned to me. I can't remember his name, but if he sees this video, leave it down in the comments section. I'm forgetting his name. I think he was like a right or left tackle on the offensive line. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They got some pretty young guys like Lad McConkey, as I think, as some Chargers fans call him, Lambeau Lad. I think he's really good. I can see him taking over Quentin Johnson's role as the number one guy. I don't see Quentin Johnson as the main guy, to be honest. For some reason, he just can't catch to save his life. I see him a little bit more like a Nelson Aguilar, the guy that can't catch to save his life. I mean, Nelson Aguilar is getting better. I would say he got better over time, but I don't know, man. I just don't see that. I just don't see Quentin being the guy if he's just going to keep dropping passes. And, of course, they also got a guy like Brendan Rice. Obviously, when you're the son of the GOAT wide receiver, there's a whole lot of potential that's being on you. You expect to be that great. I think he wouldn't be such of a problem to fit into the system, especially when you got a great head coach like, is it Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh? The one that just won a championship in Michigan. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the Chargers defense is pretty solid. I mean, other than J.C. Jackson, who, in my opinion, is the biggest bust of the free agency, I think, last season. Yeah, I think the Chargers are pretty solid. I think they can be a scary wild card team if they really take shit seriously and if they can really stay healthy. I know last season they were just riddled with injuries, so hopefully they can definitely turn around from this, man. I definitely like their off-season moves, and really I just can't wait to see what happens. Hopefully I can see them in the playoffs, probably either this season, definitely next season. I don't see them going past the Chiefs. I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, we got the Denver Broncos and the Raiders. So look, man, I'm going to be completely honest. Both of these teams aren't good. So you know what I mean, man. I will say this. For the Raiders, they pretty much got almost all the pieces together. It's just the quarterback. All right. I don't know if they're gonna tank for Shador or whoever else is coming out next season. I don't know, right? But look, they don't got nobody to rely on. Aiden O'Connell, he isn't as good. He's not that good. And who else do they got? Gardner Minshew. I mean, he's a game manager. I'll give him that. But when you got a premier wide receiver like Devontae Adams, who even though is in his 30s is still a dominant player, maybe not the player that he once was a few years ago, he can, who's going to throw him the ball? You know what I mean? And, look, I just don't see them making it to. I would be surprised if they do. I do like the signing that they got, Christian Wilkins. That can definitely help out Mad Max on the defensive end. And I also think they picked up someone else that I can't name of. But Oh, Brock, damn, Brock Bowers. Yeah. So, yeah, I think from what I'm hearing, Brock Bowers is a pretty good tight end. I think he was one of the best in the draft, according to from what I'm hearing. So, yeah, I mean, for the Raiders, it just is what it is. They got their head coach, they got their star wide receiver. They pretty much got everything in order except for that quarterback position, and I think they'll be fine without Josh Jacobs. Even though that they are missing out on a good premier running back, well, one of the best running backs in the league, now that he's on the green and gold or green and yellow, whichever one Packers fans prefer it. But, I think the Raiders are just in a good spot, man. Well, not in a good spot, but they're just missing one spot. So, yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if maybe they're trying to wait for Dak to sign him. I would be surprised if they got Dak, because I know his contract's going to be up next season. But I guess they're just in a spot where it's just going to have to say, we'll wait and see till next season. Maybe next season might be it for them. So I think this is just going to be one of those seasons where it's like we're just in a mid. We're just mid at the point. All right, mid, below average to trash. Right. So that's all I pretty much got to say about the Raiders. And as far as the Broncos, I do like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is pretty good from what I'm also hearing. He has a good cannon for an arm. He can really throw the ball deep. I guess this is someone that what is that guy's? Who's the head coach's name, man? I'm probably gonna have his picture up, but y'all know who I'm talking about, man. They're gonna have. I'm guessing that's just who he wants for the quarterback position. Now that they got Russ, now that they got rid of Russ, I think the Broncos are probably the worst team out of all four of them in the division. They got to pay Russell so much of that money, and the fact that even though you got a good young quarterback in Bo Nix and probably a good veteran like Jared Stidham, even though he's trash, they really don't have much to really leverage off of. They didn't really make any big splashes as far as what I seen. I know they got rid of Justin Simmons, and yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe the Broncos can just... maybe the Broncos are just trying to see the development of what's going on. But I can definitely see that this is going to be a learning curve maybe for the Broncos. I think once they get off of Russell's contract, I think they got to pay him like over, $60 million or something around the lines of that. And after that, it's pretty much just, it's pretty much what else is going to happen. It's more like a wait and see game, I guess. But other than that, that's pretty much my prediction. That's pretty much my team previews for, the AFC West. So, I'm going to go through all these AFC teams and then go to the NFC teams. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, until next time, I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.